What's up, YouTubers? Ken here from Dyslexic Investor. We're going to be doing a couple things here. We're going to be looking at three stocks. I bet you know one that already starts with a T that's been going up to the moon. We'll be talking about that actually last. But first and foremost, we're going to be talking about a great place to get some carne asada or a burrito or whatever is at your local Chipotle. And they did very well their last quarter. They saying that sales are growing just slightly due to the limited time special offer, the carne asada, into the first quarter of 2020. Another key point: nearly a fifth of the company sales came from digital orders, so it's people using the Chipotle app. And this is great because, again, how many people actually go in and eat at Chipotle? They usually pick up and go. This may be my case, but I still don't see a lot of people sitting around in the little booths there eating. It is up after hours. Let's go into a shorter term time frame so we can see that. You kind of see here it closed at 884. It's hit 904 as the high, but it's hovering in around basically like $5 or $6 higher, maybe $10 higher, depending on what the split is, because the bid and the ask, we're just gonna call it around about $10 higher from here. So that's nearly a % higher, so that's nothing crazy on a huge market of $884 for Chipotle. But this stock has been performing fairly well. Has had its share of issues back in the past, but you can kind of see here it's been in the trend. It's been participating with the overall trend of everyone else in the marketplace. The moving averages are nicely stacked up. Nothing too alarming. Had a great quarter. If you're in it, stick with it. It's hard to kind of buy up here due to the fact that it's not completely at the overbought area. It's somewhat low. It's not an all-time high, but it's been having issues around the 850 level, as you can see a couple of years prior. It's kind of building a base here, and it could potentially pop higher. I would like to see this. I don't own this stock, but potentially could be a great opportunity. It's just too much. The stock price is just a little too high for me. Rather just being another like a McDonald's or something like that. Even though I love the Chipotle food. Next, the stock we actually do own is the Disney, and Bob Iger again showed another fantastic quarter, showing that they added 26.5 million subscribers. That's up from the initial 10 million that signed up initially. They did hint, which the stock is not performing the greatest, in the sense of what Disney expects to be lightly hit due to the coronavirus outbreak, because they do have, I believe, a lot of stuff is they have a Shanghai and a Hong Kong, I believe, two parks over there, and then they of course manufacture a lot of stuff in China. So a lot of the slowdown would be an effect on them. Of course, they are a travel company, and they have cruise lines and all this stuff. So this could be an issue for them going forward. So they might be just lowballing it and then might just blow it out next quarter. But again, a lot of people were performing, looking forward to the performance of the subscriber growth. To give you a little hint, or to look at the scale of how they're performing compared to everyone else. So Disney owns a majority share in Hulu, and of course they own Disney Plus, and of course ESPN Plus, and you can kind of see those are how many shares they have. So ESPN has like 7 million or something. 7 million. Disney's well over 26. Hulu's around 30-ish. But then you see HBO, Netflix well over 150, 175, 180, I believe, for Netflix. They can for sure be there, but the Disney Plus is not the most relevant to a lot of people. It has a very niche audience of people who are fans of Disney. They're adding a lot of other content from National Geographic and a lot of Fox assets, but overall it's a great little bundle, or a great price if you want to get into it. It's like $7 for the Disney Plus compared to the 15, 16 on everything else. So like we talked about, basically the quarter has unchanged after hours. You can kind of see here, we'll break it down. It kind of had a pop up and then kind of went substantially lower, went up to like the 150, came back down. It's been trading basically where it closed, around $144 and like 50 cents. Nothing crazy, but you can kind of see the capitulation on the sense of the coronavirus. But again, anyone who trades knows a lot of times trading in earnings is usually a coin flip, but this is a long-term hold for us. We actually bought some down here at the 200. We want to ramp that up like this. We replace that, and we want to see how it performs tomorrow. I think it's going to just be doing just fine. I think they're just being very cautious in the sense of the coronavirus outbreak and just weighing that into the formulas of projected earnings. Overall, it has been beat up going into the quarter, but this overall gap down and then this rally higher into the quarter is showing pretty strong strength. It has been kind of a lackluster in the sense of performing as well as other companies in the last 2 or 3 months. It's kind of been trading sideways and then gapping down due to the coronavirus outbreak being a entertainment slash travel slash go out and have fun kind of thing. But now with Disney Plus, the Hulu Plus, and the ESPN Plus, that more of a at-home entertainment play, allowing you to not have to go to the parks and that to get your full-on Disney experience. That being said, yeah, we're still going to own it. We still love it long term. It pays a nice little dividend. It's been a nice little play. Would love to see it back around 150. And last but not least, we're going to be going back to Tesla. What do we say about this one? So a lot of people, I'm already hearing it and seeing it, is like, oh, this is the parabolic rally like in 2017 with Bitcoin. So I see this chart everywhere. So Bitcoin is the yellow chart, and then I'm going to say time frame is the Tesla chart, and you can see that Tesla is just going to the moon. Completely just news driven, completely bogus. This is the sense of Tesla is actually something that people use and not just a prop up of a Bitcoin where people didn't really quite understand the system and just got into the overall just buying it because my neighbor did, and my neighbor is a billionaire now because he bought 3 Bitcoins when it was for 13 cents and then made $1 million over it the next 3 or 4 years. Like, that's not the case here. It's a recapitalization and reorganization for Tesla, because a lot of people just didn't understand the company. They thought it was just another car company, but it's a tech company that's going to be the leader in electric car batteries, systems, and basically propel a lot of the future way of automobiles. And of course, the guy who runs it also runs a space company, so can't go wrong with that. A couple key things. Why people are asking me why it's running up so much during the like 100 points in 2 days, like hundreds of points each day. So you can see this in the where did it go? How do I do this setting? Oh, wrong button. Style, show extended hours. Okay, so we're gonna go. This was a today. Okay. So a lot of this happens due to short selling. In my previous video that we just did about Tesla, you saw this huge volume up at around 12:31 o'clock. Those are the guys that are getting the calls of like, hey, XYZ fund, we are no longer able to allow to hold your shorts. You're not going to be able to cover it. We need to let them go back in the market. And then boom, that's what happens. That's a huge volume spike. And then you had a lot more volume coming into the early morning hours, probably more of a short squeeze coming out. And then you see at the end of the day today, you saw, let me go on another better looking chart here. Let's go this way. I'm going to go 15 minute. There we go. So you can kind of see here at the end of the day, we went from basically the high, which again, this is going to be completely algorithmic driven, of 986 all the way down to 860. So dropping nearly over 100 points in a matter of like 15 minutes maybe actually it was less than 15 minutes. I think it was literally like 5 minutes, not even that. It was, yeah, it was within. We can do it even more. I think it was so fast. You can kind of see here. You can kind of see here on how it just took a little bit to drag down because everyone had their stops in, and it was just eating through everyone's stop, their trailing stops, and so forth. And once those stops run out, because it's just, but this can gain momentum. You see, like it's not of a long candle, not a small candle, bigger candle, big candle, big candle. And usually after you see a long wick like this, after multiple times, it's going to be slowly bottoming out potentially, and that's when it actually closed and kind of slightly recovered into trading hours in the evening. After trading hours around a little bit back to 9:04, closing at 887. Again, we still could see this tomorrow morning. This could have scared a lot of people, and then tomorrow morning you're going to get potentially more selling and so forth. Just be super careful out there if you own Tesla. If you're long term, you're probably not even listening to what I'm saying, and just going to be holding it on, going YOLO. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.